So here tonight we have several Swiss Techs, and one of the things that I really like about what Swiss Tech is doing with their multi-tools is they're adding some more finishes. Now, big thanks to Dawson for sending several of these multi-tools to the channel. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, this one right here is finish in a light blue. There was a tan and several other finishes as well. Now, I want to mention right off the bat, this is not in stock right now, but in case you do see this in stock in the future, this will be a review, sort of a base point where you can decide if you want to buy this or not. So this will be very similar to the Swiss Tech Practice that is sold on Walmart's website. At least it was a little while ago. And I did a review on that, and I was actually favorably impressed, especially with the finish on this as well. So this is essentially the same tool. We will see the pliers right here. We've got the wire cutters, and then there's not really noticeable, I guess they are crimpers there, maybe at the bottom. Not really, I guess they're not even described as crimpers. And then on the inside, we have this very thick flat driver. And then we have the two-part Phillips driver, which is very unique. So we have this very small Phillips driver that fits into this large Phillips driver as well. So that's pretty cool. So that's on this side. Now, the only downside of this to me is that you do not get a 1/4-inch bit driver. So for me, this would not be a work tool. This would be something that I could carry during the week at home or when I use it shopping and so forth out and around. Now, on the other side of the handle, we do have the can opener. Now, this has the wire stripper right there, the rounded one at the bottom. And then we do get the bottle cap lifter and the can opener. Then we do have the strap cutter, and then there is a screwdriver tip at the end as well. And then we do have the scissors as well. And these are locking. So let's go ahead and I will grab some trusty paracord. And we'll go ahead and begin. Let's see, the wrong way. And let's see. So I'm having issues with this cutting a lot more than some other ones. So it is sawing through there, but it is not cutting near like some of the other ones. So what I think has happened, let's see, let's bring this back here. So what I think has happened is some of the finish has got on the cutting edges. And so it is essentially, trying to chaw through the paint, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and bring the Practice out and see what happened with the coating on that one. So let's go ahead and bring this out. And it looks like this might have similar coating. So let's go ahead and... So that does cut, but not as... Cuts a little bit better. So both of these do struggle a lot more than a lot of other Swiss Techs. So for instance, this is the 18-in-1 Swiss Tech we just reviewed a little while ago. So let's go ahead and actually bring these scissors out and try this. Unless I've just got some really extra heavy duty paracord, but I don't think so. So let's go ahead and give these a try. So these cut a lot better. So I think it has to do with the finish actually on both of these multi-tools. So now we've got a huge mess right here. All right. So I guess the moral of the story is the unfinished scissors definitely do a lot better job. So keep that in mind. You might have to remove the finish on your scissors. I'm not sure, but that might be one issue you'll run into. So let's go ahead and look at some of the outside tools as well. So one of the things I do like about this, again, is that it has some contrasting colors. And then you have this red and the black and the blue. It looks really nice. But I do want to, just be honest with you guys that on closer inspection, this does look like it's simply painted on there. Almost like a really nice, paint job on your car, like simply airbrushed on, you can see a little bit of the texture there. And then there are some places, let's see, let's close this up, where they did not get, like right there, it all painted, or where it wears against the tool. So that is something you'll have to keep in mind, that there are places where it actually doesn't have that nice finish coat. So keep that in mind. Now on the outside, we have these tools. Again, we have the knife, and then we do have the saw. Again, fairly aggressive looking saw. We have the serrated blade right there as well. And then we do have the file as well. And this is a very aggressive looking file as well. So keep that in mind. This is a 3-sided file. So all these, again, lock in place. And then I did also want to mention that there is some wobble here at the end. So I wasn't quite sure. Again, these are a lot cheaper than Leatherman's tools. Again, but on the Swiss Tech 18-in-1, it doesn't have hardly any wobble at all. So I think this is my theory, because I tried it on the Practice as well, and it did the same thing. So what my theory is, that when they took these multi-tools apart to do the finish on the handles, put them back together, I wonder if some of these screws didn't tighten up. So I did try to tighten these up, but it does still have that sort of back and forth motion. Again, it's not the end of the world. I've used multi-tools that have this all the time, but I know some of you guys do worry about that. And this one, again, new in the package, this is how it came to me. So just keep that in mind. Now, the Practice sold for around the $50 point. This sells for around the $30 or so point. And this one, when it was in stock, I do think it sold for around the $40 or so, $40 to $50 point. Now, this is 3CR MOV. This is 8CR 13 MOV. So again, this is a little bit better grade of metal. Still not, extremely high, but it is definitely better than this. But unfortunately, there are some finishing details that do detract from the better steel that is used. So these are in the 4-inch range. Again, this is around 9.5 ounces or 270 grams. So again, there are things that I really like about this. I like that it has better steel. I do like the collar. I'm just not a fan of the texture of the paint. Again, it just feels like it was airbrushed on. And then I do really like these washers as well, but I do miss the full 1/4-inch bit driver. I'm not a huge fan of how these handles are sort of misaligned, and then I do miss a pocket clip. So those are all things to keep in mind. I do feel like the finish on the Practice is a lot better than the finish on this. I would have been a huge fan if the finish was the same, just a different color, because this actually seems to have some grip properties where this is just painted on. So you do have this etching right here in the metal, it looks like. So that is perhaps to help with grip as well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will try to put a link to this when it is back in stock. Again, it is not in stock right now. So hopefully that helps you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.